Fame doesn't always mean freedom. Some of the world's most famous stars are now behind bars, facing justice for shocking crimes. From actors to rappers, here are the celebrities who are currently rotting in jail, and the real reasons why. Joe Exotic, the wild star of Tiger King, is serving over 20 years in prison for plotting to kill animal rights activist Carole Baskin, and for abusing the very animals he claimed to love. His bizarre rise and downfall became one of the internet's most infamous stories. Michael Jace, best known for playing a police officer on the TV show The Shield, is now serving a prison sentence for shooting and killing his wife during an argument at home. He went from acting like a cop on screen to living as a convict in real life. Julie Chrisley, star of the reality show Chrisley Knows Best, is now in prison for helping her husband commit bank fraud and lie on their taxes. She went from living in mansions to serving time in a federal prison far from the spotlight. Once one of the most feared names in hip-hop, Suge Knight is now locked up for running over a man during a fight in 2015. The former Death Row Records boss traded music power and fame for a 28-year prison sentence. Harvey Weinstein, formerly one of the most powerful producers in Hollywood, is now serving multiple prison sentences for rape and sexual assault. His downfall sparked the Me Too movement, turning him from kingmaker to convicted predator. C-Murder, rapper and brother of Master P, is serving a life sentence for the 2002 shooting of a teenager at a nightclub in Louisiana. He claims he's innocent, but after over 20 years behind bars, freedom still feels out of reach. Shannon Richardson shocked many when she was caught sending deadly ricin-laced letters to public officials. Once an actress, she now faces years in prison for a dangerous and bizarre crime that changed her life forever. The Kid Creole, a pioneering rapper from the group Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, is currently jailed facing charges for a deadly stabbing during a street fight. From hip-hop pioneer to prisoner, his life took a tragic turn. Zara Fithian, known for her work in martial arts and acting, was sentenced in 2022 for sexual abuse. Previously respected in her fields, she now faces the harsh reality of prison for her crimes. Danny Masterson, best known for his role in That 70s Show, is serving 30 years to life for raping 2 women in the early 2000s. His high-profile trial and ties to Scientology drew massive public attention and ended in a harsh sentence. R. Kelly, who rose to become one of R&B's biggest stars, is now serving 30 years in prison for leading a sex trafficking operation and abusing multiple women and minors. His fame couldn't protect him from decades of dark behavior finally catching up to him. Gary Glitter, a glam rock icon of the 70s, is serving time for multiple child sex abuse charges dating back decades. His fame has long faded, replaced by a legacy of shame and prison time for horrific crimes. Elizabeth Holmes, once hailed as a tech genius and the youngest self-made billionaire, is now in prison for defrauding investors through her failed blood testing company, Theranos. Her rise and fall became a symbol of Silicon Valley hype gone horribly wrong. Ryan Grantham, known for roles in Riverdale and Diary of a Wimpy Kid, is serving a life sentence in Canada for fatally shooting his mother in March 2020. He's not eligible for parole for 14 years, and psychiatric reports noted severe depression and violent urges leading up to the crime. Sean Diddy Combs is currently jailed awaiting sentencing after being convicted of transporting people for prostitution. A judge denied his bail, and he faces years behind bars when sentenced later this year. Kalen Walker, an actor and rapper who appeared in Superfly, is serving a 50-year sentence for raping multiple women, including aspiring models he lured through social media. His case shook Hollywood, exposing a disturbing abuse of fame and trust. Joe Sun, known for his role in Austin Powers, is serving life in prison for kidnapping and brutally assaulting a man, which led to the victim's death. His brief brush with fame quickly faded as his horrific actions dominated headlines instead. Caleb Kennedy, a former American Idol finalist, is serving an 8-year prison sentence for a DUI crash that killed 54-year-old Larry Dwayne Paris in 2022. At 17, Kennedy drove under the influence of marijuana and prescription medication, causing the fatal accident. Ruby Franca, a former family vlogger known for her YouTube channel 8 Passengers, was sentenced on February 20th, 2024 to 4 consecutive prison terms, ranging from 1 to 15 years each, totaling up to 30 years for aggravated child abuse involving 2 of her children. Tory Lanez, real name Daystar Peterson, is serving a decade behind bars after being convicted of shooting Megan Thee Stallion during a 2020 altercation. He's eligible for parole in 2029 and expected to complete his term by 2033. Y.N.W. Melly, the Florida rapper known for his hit Murder on My Mind, has been incarcerated since 2019, charged with the 2018 double murder of his friends. His initial trial ended in a mistrial in 2023, and his retrial is set to begin on September 10, 2025, with jury selection. Jen Shah, former star of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, is serving a 6.5-year federal prison sentence for orchestrating a nationwide telemarketing fraud scheme that targeted elderly and vulnerable victims. She began her sentence on February 17, 2023, at the Bryan Federal Prison Camp in Texas. Casanova, a Brooklyn rapper known for his drill music, was sentenced to 188 months, 15 years and 8 months in federal prison for leading the untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation gang. His crimes included a 2020 shooting in Florida, a 2018 robbery in New York City, and trafficking over 100 kilograms of marijuana. Zachary Horwitz, an aspiring actor known by his stage name Zach Avery, was sentenced to 20 years in federal prison for orchestrating a $690 million Ponzi scheme. He deceived over 250 investors by fabricating licensing deals with Netflix and HBO, using their funds to finance a lavish lifestyle and repay earlier investors. Skylar Julius DeLeon, born John Julius Jacobson Jr., is a former child actor who appeared in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. In 2009, he was sentenced to death for the 2004 murders of yacht owners Tom and Jackie Hawks, and in 2003, he murdered John Jarvie. Karen Huger, the Grand Dame of the Real Housewives of Potomac, was sentenced to 1 year in prison after a March 2024 DUI crash in Montgomery County, Maryland. This marks her 4th DUI offense over a 17-year period. Todd Chrisley, reality TV star and patriarch of the Chrisley Knows Best family, was sentenced to prison for his role in a major bank fraud and tax evasion scheme. From millionaire lifestyle to a courtroom defeat, his fall was as dramatic as any reality show. Fame can't protect you from the consequences of your actions. These celebrities now face a very different reality, far from the cameras behind bars. Let us know in the comments, which one shocked you the most?